to the Finance Bro Edit. Today we're talking about finances. Why? Because we're bros. And we love crypto, and fucking investing in your life to be a high value male. Because if you ain't investing, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna tell you. JK.
Why can't we just print more money?
Because, bitch, money, if you print more, it devalues. That was a monologue from 12 Angry Men by William Shakespeare.
For fuck's sake.
That was my monologue.
That was the ugliest laugh, I'm so sorry.
That was the cackle. We got the cackle.
This is, if something gives us away, it's the cackle.
Hello, Rada. That was my audition. Thank you for listening to my excerpt from Hamlet.
What if someone actually pulls up
Thanks for listening
to their audition?
Thanks for listening to my excerpt from 12 Finance Bros.
12 Finance Bros.
No.
Got a patent that.
I fucking should. Literally, can you imagine, 12 annoying finance bros sat around a table and just making a play about some of the shit that comes out of their mouth?
Mate, just go to, a Weatherspoons after, 6 p.m.
No. High value bros do not go to Weatherspoons. Weatherspoons. They go to Witherspoons. Am I right, bro? Yeah! I need to stop. I need to stop before this becomes my personality.
Legit.
Anyway, so
Anyways.
Welcome back to Never Together. Did I get you? I hope I did. So today's topic is on finances, which is really, really, really boring. So
we're gonna make it fun.
We're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it girly finances. Woo!
Dinner.
Oh, this is gonna be another Movies That Made Us fucking episode.
It's not.
Where we just went 2.3 million for Matthew Damon.
Matthew Damon.
Matt Damon.
The monster, the Dominican coffee and the monster's getting to us.
Why does he go by Matt Damon and not Matthew Damon?
Because it doesn't fit right.
I'm much
Matthew Damon.
That's his fucking name.
It sounds wrong.
It does.
Matthew Damon.
If
Matt Damon.
No, it's Matt Damon. Two things to that. If you guys have seen the A-Team, you'll get it. And B, if you listened to our episode last week, you will know that Matthew Damon got paid 2.3 million for the film of Spirit, and my lovely Latin ex-friend here didn't even know that Matthew Damon was Spirit. That's how much he talked. The horse, by the way, not the ghost. Anyway, so today we're talking about finances, which is a really boring topic.
I love finances.
But I thought I would make this podcast slightly more exciting by telling you, darling, about what happened to me yesterday. So
she teased it a little bit, and she didn't speak to me for about 75 days.
So it's no secret. Oh my god, I got acid. Reflux. So it's no secret that I have IBS, right?
Sorry, I love that you had to specify that it was reflux.
What?
You said I have acid. Reflux.
What?
Just keep going. Sorry.
Anyway, so it's no secret that I have IBS, not the fun kind, the shit kind, pun intended. Basically, I get really, really constipated. But yesterday, do you know what it is? I actually think I over-fibered myself. It's a thing!
You've been here for 3 hours, and you've shat twice?
No, I know, right? I don't. Maybe this is what. So listen to what happened yesterday,
okay.
And then this might be an after effect. Anyway, so I've had 4 shits today, nonetheless.
Yep.
So I think yesterday I over-fibered myself. So basically, I had an Actimel, I had an oat milk latte, and I had 750 ml of innocent smoothie, and a banana. I really think I overdid it. Anyway, basically, I was on...
And a litre of juice.
Smoothie.
It's still almost a litre.
That's 2 of my 5 a day. Anyway. So, basically, but then I was in back-to-back calls, so I couldn't fart.
basically, I had the worst trapped wind. Oh my god, it literally looked like I was pregnant. And I was in agony. It was so bad I thought I had appendicitis. I called my partner and I went, bitch, I think I need, I don't call my partner bitch, but I literally went, bitch, I think I need to go to the hospital. And he was like, why? And I was like, I've got appendicitis.
You had to diagnose yourself.
I was like, it hurts. Like, where my appendix is. It hurts where my appendix is. And he was like, are you sure you just don't have trapped wind? He knew me. And I was like, no, I don't. I have appendicitis. Anyway.
Sorry, my mind could never know I have trapped wind. I don't fart.
I don't. That's the problem. No, I don't. And when I do, I just literally, this is not a joke. I will call him on our 20th episode and go, what do my farts sound like? Because I'm telling you, they literally go. They're like a mouse taking an exhale. They're like, and I'm not doing that to be. I'm so girly.
To be fair, yeah.
It's because I have IBS. Anyway, so the day ends. All of my calls are over. I take a Buscopan. For those who have IBS, it's IBS relief, basically. Anyway. It only starts to work when he walks through the door.
Off.
Basically, he walks through the door. I'm in missionary position.
Oh, with like the legs?
Yeah. Legs over my head. So, for those that do yoga, full plow position. On the floor. In agony. And I rip. The rippiest of rips. But it literally sounded like
shakes the house.
It wasn't wet. It was dry as hell. It was fucking.
But the sound.
Oh, it was like a car backfiring.
Oh my god.
Because it had all become so compacted in my lower intestine. Anyway,
anus.
Into my anus. This podcast is feral. Anyway, so I let rip. It literally goes like. But then the involuntary noise that comes out of my mouth. So I'm in missionary position, and I'm like, and then literally I go, ah. Afterwards, because just the release
of
the
it.
The fucking literally my entire like belly just went. It's like letting the air out of a whoopee cushion, and then I'm sat there like this, and I'm like, ugh, like a real guttural.
Like,
no. And then he's like,
what the fuck?
He's like, I live with you, so I can't break up with you. But what the fuck? And and I'm like, I told you I had appendicitis. He goes, that is not appendicitis.
My man could never see that. I'd break up with him before
We're too far gone. We're way too far gone. We are way.
I won't let my husband look at my vagina.
The thing is, though, do you know what brings me so much joy?
Is that he still loves me.
Somehow.
Me.
No, but like, he finds farts the funniest thing in the world.
I fucking hate them.
I have learned to love them.
No.
But I don't fart that often. So the fact that he walked in, I'm fully legs akimbo in the air, like I'm spread eagle, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he walked in and the world has fallen out of my arsehole, and then the thing that comes out of my mouth is, I literally could not control it. I just went, fart. You know when you've had like the fattest dump that you've been holding in all day and you're just like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Literally
like 60 kilos lighter.
Yeah, like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon are in my toilet right now. Like, there's a baby's arm staring back at me.
Oh my god.
Like, so you know when you've done that and you're just like, oh, fuck, yeah. Spring in my step, I'm a spring chicken.
I'm suddenly a feather.
And like, I feel pretty.
Yeah.
I'm witty. You leave the toilet doing that. That's literally what happened when the fart fell out my arse.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's such a joy. So he finds farts the funniest thing in the world. He does not care who they come from. Man, woman, child, funniest thing in the world to him.
He's so funny.
Like, literally,
he's grown.
I'm not even joking you. The funniest comedian could be stood in front of him and he'd go, do a fart joke. He finds farts the funniest thing in the world.
I hate
So
farts.
he doesn't look at me and go, oh my god, gross. He just walked through the door and went, what the fuck? With the biggest grin on his face. He went, that's not appendicitis. And I'm like, yes it is!
Yeah. I don't know. Farts for me, like, I understand that they're, like, a normal bodily function, so I'm not gonna...
I used to find them gross. I've learned to love them. Because...
Listen.
He has the biggest booty cheeks.
Yes,
so
he does.
he has a
Not me
huge...
commenting on your body.
Oh no, he knows. He literally walks into the door butt first. He's like, look at me, I'm wearing tight trousers. Like, he's double cheeked up every day of the fucking week. Okay, so he knows. But that means that when he farts, it's like an earthquake.
The recoil.
It's like somebody's been shot. Just normally. He's a very fibrous diet man. He farts normally. But like when I do it, because I rarely do it, it's literally just... It's like somebody doing a sigh of despair out of my arsehole. Oh, it's like somebody going... That's literally what my farts sound like. So when I do a big one, funniest thing in the world.
See, I know it's a bodily function. I'm not going to tell my boyfriend to, like, hold it in because I get it. But for me, it's just like, why are you farting in my face? Why are you going out of your fucking way?
Yeah, don't go out of your way to fart in somebody's face.
No, same with burps. Like, don't turn to me and burp. I'll smack you.
The problem is, though, my farts don't smell and they're not very loud. The ungodly noises that come out of my mouth.
This is how this conversation started, because I mentioned, oh my god, that noise that you just made.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, actually, let me tell you what happened.
It's completely involuntary. So I'll do like a loud burp and just go afterwards. Because I can't help it. It's literally all of the fucking air escaping me. Oh my god. I just have big digestive issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, farts are now funny. Like when you're with somebody and that first fart, such a relief. You're like, oh my god, I don't have to hold it in anymore. Thank God. No. I don't even fart that often and I would be in agony when we first started dating.
See, I think for me it's like I'll let loose at night. I'll relax.
I'll
relax at night and wake myself up.
The thing is that you can't even fart when, so you're like, you can't even go, oh, excuse me, I'm just gonna go to the toilet. Because if you sit on the toilet and fart, the whole house vibrates.
Yeah.
The whole house goes shake, 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 shake. And it's like, what the fuck? You can hear it. You can't hear them pee, but you can hear them fart.
Yeah.
But yeah, like literally that first fart, I was like, oh, thank God, I can now fart in front of you in peace. It's like, it's a milestone.
Yeah. I assume, but I've never had a boyfriend, so I will remain in delusion all this time. Anyway, stocks!
Finances, bros. Welcome back to my podcast, The Finance Edit.
We are indeed white men.
God, could never be me. But basically, we do want to talk about finances, not in a shit way, not in a boring way, but just, you know, we thought it would be a good topic. It's probably, now that we're actually talking about it,
I think it's quite interesting.
After I've just told that fucking comedy gold story before, I'm like, why don't we just do a whole podcast on fucking digestive issues and how every girl who's hot has IBS? Me. So
I'm not a hot girl.
Afraid not.
Well,
I mean, we can't all be God's favourite. Anyway, finances.
So,
I think the biggest... So, like, what was finances for you growing up? Finances for me growing up was literally, like, my mum and dad would buy everything. As I said in the podcast before, I was kind of spoiled as a child. But my parents actually, interestingly, did teach me a good work ethic. Literally, I got to 14 and they were like, right, get your ass up. Get a job. Come on. But yeah, so I did that. Had relatively good money. Always had my nails done. Always, you know, all the fun stuff when I was, like, younger.
Yeah.
And then, again, going to uni, full disclosure, I had a pretty easy ride, so my mom paid for my rent. Oh. And then I lived off my maintenance loan. Yeah. Finances from then to now, not massive. I hold my hands up, let's be real. I have only ever had to struggle once, which was my first job out of university because I got paid pittance. But even then, God bless, my parents were literally like, look, we will just
support you.
Let us just help you out. But interestingly, I was quite determined to do it alone. And then it all came to a head where I think I had like literally like £5 left in my bank account. And I was like, I can't actually even get to work right now. Yeah. And my mum was like, look, we were waiting for this to happen. Let us just help you out. And I was like, oh, thank God you guys are there. Like, you guys are amazing. I've never really known massive struggles, but, like, the crazy thing now is, I think, if you went to university in London and you stayed in London, you will just always be poor.
Yeah.
You will just always be poor.
Yeah.
Even if you earn good money, you're poor.
Yeah, poor.
You're poor.
I think for me it's been quite unstable. We had a really good time and we had really bad times, and so when I moved out of uni, out of the house, out of my childhood home, well, it's not even childhood. Anyway, when I moved to uni, I sort of, took out all the loans that I could because I knew that my parents couldn't support me in the same extent that they can now.
Yeah, you had a credit card quite young, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a credit card because of something, like if shit happens, my parents couldn't.
So what would you do? Pay with the credit card and then your parents would pay it off?
No.
What did you do then?
I paid my own credit card off. Slowly. So obviously, like, I only used it for, like, emergencies, for example, to buy, like, I think it was mainly if something happened to my parents. So
it was small purchases with your credit card?
No, not even. It was more like, because I got quite lucky because I got US and UK loans.
Oh,
so because I'm European, so I got the UK tuition. I got tuition covered by UK.
So the $9,000.
Yeah.
Because, like, isn't it for overseas? It's like 10 or something.
It's 11. More now because obviously Brexit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the local, like the same fees as you did. Oh. But my maintenance loan was US, so I could essentially request whatever I wanted. It wasn't as limited as, like, obviously I didn't go fucking crazy. I requested what I needed.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's a lot of loan.
So how much did you get a year in maintenance loan?
I didn't get UK maintenance loan.
Oh. So how did you live?
The US.
Yeah. What did you get?
I think it was about
a year.
$11,000, which is about the same that you guys would get anyway.
Well, this is the interesting thing. So when we were at uni, this is how the government fucks us, because they base your maintenance loan so the $9,000 is paid for, done, dusted. I'm not talking about that. So they would base your maintenance loan, which is the loan that you would have to live off, on your parents' income,
which is the same as the US.
But do you know what? This is the bonkers thing. So, if your parents earned less, you would effectively get more. So I got $5,000 a year, which fair enough, but I was in a position where my parents could help me out.
Yeah.
So one of our friends whose parents owned a business, like, it was just a restaurant. It wasn't like, super fancy business. It was just a restaurant. She got the same amount as me, but her parents couldn't help her out, which is, like, the craziest thing.
Yeah.
And our friend, who their parents were lower income, let's just say that, lower income, they got double what I got, so they got $10,000.
Yeah.
But that's the bonkers thing.
Yeah. It's the same
so I'm in less debt because my parents earn more.
Yeah. Which is the same thing in the US, because, like, they told me, it's, like, based on my parents' income. So I got, in that sense, quite lucky, because we were
how do you expect them to pay that off?
It makes no sense. But it's the same in the US.
Like, everybody should just get the same.
Sorry. Oh, wasn't even you.
You didn't touch me.
It's the same in the US. Like, if my parents... I got more because my parents made less.
Yeah.
But I played the system.
Oh my god, so many people did that.
No, not even. Because I played the system and I came to live in the UK. So my brother, in his second year of American university, has more debt in his second year than me in the the loans in both countries for a BA and an MA.
Because it's like $13,000 a year, no more.
What, in the US?
To go to uni in the US.
So because it's private, everyone can set their own, unless it's like a public state university.
So like community college kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. Which you still need to pay for a shitload.
But that's the.
But like my brother got a scholarship, but even then it was like.
Where did he go? NYU? No, your sister.
No, my brother went to George Washington University.
Where did your sister go?
She goes to UCF now, Central Florida. But basically, because I played the system, I got loans both in UK and US, and so I had a credit card, and the credit card was barely used. For bars.
Because this is the problem.
But
like,
then
people get credit cards. So I don't have a credit card.
Yeah.
Because I know full well I would just spend. It would get to the end of the month and I'm like, fuck, I have absolutely no way of paying this off.
Yeah. I think for me it was more a credit card that if something happens to my parents, I can get the next flight to Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
And because we're paying for the name, it could be $3,000.
Yeah, literally.
So that's where it's like, oh, if something happens, use the credit card. So I always made sure that I had at least, mind you, because it was my credit card under my parents' account.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
kind of
had
their money.
$7,000. My first credit card had a limit of $7,000.
The only reason I would ever get a credit card now is to build up air miles. That's it.
Yeah.
But
I have it for the same reason of, if something happens, I need to...
Yeah.
I still have one, but I have one in the UK to, like, build my own credit here as well. But, other than that, I worked every summer, so I saved money on that.
Like,
and then
uni for me was just such a fever dream. Like, I was just fucking living in La La Land. Because I was, like, shopping in Waitrose, going out every weekend, like, paying for my friend to go out with me every weekend because I wanted to go out, so that was it. We're going out. And I'm going to pay for everything. And it's like, girl, you're living in fucking La La. You're literally living in La La Land. What are you talking about?
Uni was so difficult for me, and I think it was more like, maybe it wasn't as difficult, but because I knew that my mom and dad couldn't afford it the way they can now, I knew that I couldn't be as, like, stupid with my money as my sisters being.
I was
or
stupid.
I
remember
if I did run out of money, a wire transfer takes a couple of days. Like, if I needed money now...
Union, what's up?
If I, like, needed money now, it would take... I wouldn't get it until Monday. So I had to, like, have a cash flow.
I fucking remember, like, going into, like, Urban Outfitters and just, like...
I'd never shopped at Urban
and, like,
Outfitters.
spunking 300 quid up the wall and just being like, la 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 la.
No,
oh,
see,
Levi's! Ooh, look at that.
That would stress me
out.
out.
It is. Wow, look at it. Oh, I just bought his vintage.
That would stress me out.
So nice. And, like... But the thing is, though, this is how bonkers it was. I still have fucking money left over.
Yeah. See, I didn't. I was, like... I think there was a period... I think my first year... When I was like, I have all this money and I don't know. It wasn't even that I was being. Yeah. I wasn't being irresponsible. I was just like, I don't know. I hadn't realized how much things cost.
No,
I didn't realize that TFL was like stealing my money.
That was,
which is still doing.
That was my first taste of having lots of money.
Yeah.
So when I was living at home and like working in a bar, you know, working in the theatre kind of thing, I had lots of money. But it was never that much. But it was never that much money. So because again, I was living at home, no rent. I didn't have a car at the time either because I didn't want to learn to drive. So again, I had literally no fucking outgoings other than I want to get money outside. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. I want to buy this. And that was fine. And then I went to uni and I was like, oh my god, shit. I've got so much money.
Yeah. Why does cheese cost this much?
And then literally like I was like, okay. My mum was like, take your rent out. Put it in another pot, an account, whatever. So I had a Santander account and a HSBC account. My mum was like, I swear to God, you need to be responsible. I was like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, you're going to switch my hair. No. And then so I did what she said. So I would put my rent, but also as well, I was living in halls, so the rent was like
ridiculous.
Well, I tell people who went to like northern unis how much it was, and they were like, oh my god, mine was like 80 quid a month. And I'm like, right, okay, cool. But like for London, it was cheap. Anyway, so I took my rent money out.
See, it's gone up now. Now it's like, I was paying for a room, like...
Yeah.
Like, well, you've been in my room. That was close to £1,000 a month.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like, that's vile. But now I get to pay $840 for like a whole flat and a cute sofa. Like...
So yeah, put my rent money in my HSBC account, and then I would literally spunk the rest of my money up the wall.
I mean, back then you didn't have to pay for council tax.
But interestingly, I never went for broke. Like, I never...
Yeah, because by the time you actually spent it, you had your next installment of...
I always had minimum £200 left.
There was a point where I had 327 cents. Oh no, it's the debt. 3 pounds and 27 p's.
Yeah.
P's. P.
No, literally.
Oh, I fucking hate this train. It's the demon train, the freight train.
Oh, the freight train. Yeah, it's really spooky.
I hate it.
Yeah. They sound different, don't they?
They sound horrible. You hear it, but you can't see the sound because obviously like
It's black.
You can't see the sound. I can't speak.
She's doing well today, ladies.
Listen,
and gents.
you can't see them because it's dark. They don't have any lights on, so I'm like, this is it. This is where I die.
Yeah,
and the other day, I was doing dishes and I heard it over my music because the
I wonder what it's got on it. Like, what's it taking? Where are you going? Straight to hell.
Anyway, and then it came back again at 3. See, at 3 in the morning, it's fucking terrifying because you're like knocked dead and you're vulnerable.
But what are
you're vulnerable in your
sleep? What
sleep.
are they transporting at 3 in the morning?
I think it's just a matter because it has to go so slow on the communal train tracks.
It looks so fast though. It looks like
it's really slow.
Probably because of the weight.
Yeah, that's why.
If it went too fast, the thing would just snap.
Exactly. So
anyway,
yeah. So there was a point where I was like, I have £20 in cash. It's December 2nd.
Oh yeah.
The January one doesn't get here until like mid-January.
That was always tough.
I have to go to Spain and I have 23 quid for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That humbled me, and it got better as like I matured and I experienced university.
I definitely have matured. 100%.
Oh my god, yeah. Within like just a couple of months.
But I feel like mine came later. Mine came at first job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
First job humbled me. And now I'm not like scared of spending loads of money.
Oh no.
I'm just a bit like, okay.
Pop.
I'm literally like, now I'm like, I don't ever want to go below 300.
I still reach.
I personally would actually like to keep it at about 500, but some months are longer than others, so, minimum 300.
Yeah.
If it goes below 300, I get a bit twitchy.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like, again, when it was like my first job, I was paid absolute, like, quite literally pittance. So I earned £18,000 pro rata.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. So I worked.
That wasn't even that long ago.
No, I know. So like
18,000
pro rata. So it actually wasn't 18,000.
It was like less.
It was realistically it was about 12.
Holy shit.
And to be fair, I think I managed about 6 months before I went to my mum. Yeah, Mum,
Yeah.
I really need some help.
Please.
And she was like, I've been waiting for you to
I've
ask.
been waiting.
She was like, I've been waiting for you to ask this whole time. I offered it to you when you first got the job. Like, and I'm like, no. I think it was weird as well because, like, growing up, like I said, I was never short of money kind of thing. But I don't know what it was. I think maybe I was, like, so determined to be independent that something switched in me. And I was like, no, I really, really actually want to do this on my own, which was, I don't know why, like, please, Mum, free money, thanks.
Yeah.
She wouldn't fucking do that shit now. So yeah, exactly, I should have lapped that. I should have gone, actually, I think I need more money. But yeah, as well, like, interesting, the money, so I was, but this is how bonkers as well, that things have changed in London. So this was, what, 3, maybe 4 years ago?
Yeah, because you said today there was the 4th anniversary of us graduating.
So we graduated 4 years ago. 4 years ago, and I literally started that job in the September. So this was 4 years ago. I was living in a 2-bedroom flat with my friend for 1,250. That doesn't exist anymore.
No.
Like, literally.
2-bedroom? No.
Exactly. You can't even get a one
bed.
You can't even
I was
get a
just
fucking
gonna
one
say
bed
that.
for that.
I was just going to say that.
So yeah, that was what it was. So our rent in
600.
London terms was not that much, 620. And like, so like I just about made it work.
Yeah.
But so me and my flatmate, we did the food shop together to like lower the costs, and we shared loads. So we bought a big thing of pasta so we could share it. We did this so we could share it. And I just about made it work. But then I also found that, like, so everybody would be like, oh, do you know what, interestingly, I found this later in life, but the thing, at uni where they're like, oh yeah, do you want to go out? And they're like, oh, I can't, I'm broke. I found that in my first job. They'd be like, oh, do you want to go out? And I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I can't. I needed new uniform for work, and literally I was like, I can't fucking afford it.
Can't afford it.
And like, yeah, so that was like my first experience, and that was like, I think really humbling.
I was the one, I think that's usually when a lot of people find out. I think I'm just an early bird on that one.
No. I think a lot of people's first experience of like quote unquote being broke is that
At university.
Yeah, I was just ridiculously fortunate. I was the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I think for me, it was difficult to have the conversation with my parents because obviously we were.
Oh, really hard.
I was like, I have always been really independent, I think a lot of the times it's me saying I did this to myself. I decided to move out. I'm not gonna.
No, do you know what it was? I felt embarrassed.
It wasn't even embarrassed. I did it to myself. Like I can't leave the house and then come back and expect them to like.
No. As in, like, when it was my first job and I called my mum and I was like, look, Mum, I can't make this work anymore. It's not working.
See.
Like, the money ain't moneying.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I've been waiting for you to say. And I literally said to her, I was like, yeah, but I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
I think my parents.
I was so, like, not working girl. Oh my god, don't say that. I was independent girl, let's say.
Yeah.
I was independent. I was literally like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on my own. You know, I'm working now. So in my naive mind, I was like, you are working.
You should be able to do it yourself.
You should be able to afford life.
No.
And interestingly,
life
was kicking me in the arse in my first job.
Yeah.
And then I got my other job.
I think my parents were more embarrassed than I was because they couldn't provide.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Like, we're the ones.
Oh, sorry, we can't.
We can't afford it, or if we can, you need to give us at least a month's advance. So I had a cash flow.
Yeah.
I learned how to cash flow at 15 or 16 to get ready to.
Yeah.
You know, if I need £500 in a month's time, my parents have time to like scramble for it. And so even then, I think my parents have always, because of that, I'm so incredibly responsible with my money, and I actually had to like loosen the fuck up because I think for other reasons within like
you've gone the other way, whereas I'm literally like, don't go below that 300, girl, don't go below that, and you're like spunk.
I mean, it was not even that bad, but I literally went out 3 times third year. One, shit hit the fan, we're not gonna get into it, but also I was so scared of like running like low on money and my parents not being able to afford it. So I literally, even though I work in theatre, I went to 2 shows of like £10 my entire year. I think I went out 3 times with you guys. I went to 2 shows and would not eat out.
No,
I had a horrible eating disorder, so I'd live off Nutella.
No, I was literally out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and cry about it on Sunday.
It wasn't even Nutella, it was the Asda brand. So I was like...
Fruitella. No, that's a natural thing, no.
No, but
I know what you mean.
First off, when we were in uni, an Asda shop of £30
would
get me through 2 weeks.
That's why I was shopping at That's why I was shopping at Waitrose, because it would cost me maybe 50 and it would last me for the whole month.
Exactly, but now I can't go to the fucking corner shop and spend less than 50 for a week's shopping.
I'm not even joking.
Which is why I'm playing the system with HelloFresh.
Now I step out of the house and I've spent 70 quid.
You're fucking TFL, man.
Not even that. TFL, and then I'm like, oh, I'll get a coffee. Or, oh, I'll get some water. Or, oh, I'll get a snack. Yeah. I don't even eat that much, and yet I still step out my house and I've spent 80 quid.
Legit. But I think it wasn't until June 2021 where I went to LA I went to LA to visit my family, and I went out to dinner with my cousin and her ting at the time, and like her ting was like, you know, this is quite expensive. Do I have the money to do this? Just about. I hate that though. No, but listen, I'm paying for an experience. No. I'm not going to do this every weekend. No. But I'm experiencing this with a new friend and my girlfriend.
I always say, like, if I'm sat there and I'm about to spend something and I'm like, can I make it work? And I'm like, just about, I've now learned to go, leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it. Obviously food, as we are foodie girlies, different. But also as well, like, I was, like, I actually always have lived the high life, because, like, with going out particularly, I always go out with my mum and dad, or I always go out with my brother, and they fucking pay for everything.
Yeah.
They always have.
Always have and always have.
Because I'm a baby! I'm just a baby!
That's something else.
That's why I'm the spoiled child. If you listen to our episode before, you'll know this.
Yeah, but I think that's where that conversation is like, I'm paying for experiences. I'm obviously not going to spend 300 in that fucking switch, because I was like, I'm coming off, mind you, third year of university was fucking vile for me, because I was broke, I was depressed, I was going through it, so I barely went out, and then the pandemic hit, so I was like, I actually haven't had a proper, like, I enjoyed life, and I took it for granted when it was there, and now we've been shut in, so literally as soon as, like, after that, not that I was spending money, but I was like, will I ever get to do this again with my friends and be present?
The bonkers thing.
I'm going to do it. Obviously, if I don't have money, I'm not going to do it. I'm not an idiot. But, like, now it's like, oh, I feel like I'm going to go to a show.
You're so in your era of...
Fuck it.
No, what's that phrase that's like...
I'm fucking crazy.
No,
but
that's
free.
just life. No,
Right.
yeah, you can make more money, you can't make more experiences.
But that's true.
You're
like, I
in that
didn't
era.
live, and the fucking COVID took it away from me. And
No.
suddenly I'm 25
Oh my god, I know, literally.
with a fucking rent, and I haven't been to a fucking music festival.
No.
What is that? So now, if I can, and I will, chances are I'll be like, yeah.
I'm not even joking. The pandemic, I was fucking loaded. And what did I spend? Like, literally, it was hilarious. I was talking to this girl I used to work with, and I was like, "What did you spend your?" We called it pandemic money.
Pandy money.
Pandemic
yeah,
money.
We got that
No.
that subscription.
No, it wasn't the subsidiary. It was because we were making money at our job,
but not working.
No, but not even fucking spending it.
Yeah.
Couldn't go out. Like, couldn't go on holiday.
Yeah.
Couldn't go to festivals. Couldn't do this. So literally, like. So it was, for me, the pandemic was a weird intersection. So I was, at my first job out of university, I was working in what's called a pupil referral unit for a naughty kids school, basically. And then, literally, the pandemic hit, and I was like, fuck. So basically, the school was like, we don't need you to come in. There's like 15 kids in the entire school. Just... We don't need you. Really sorry. And I was like, oh my goodness, does that mean I'm going to lose my job? Like, you know, I'm a bit worried. Because at that time, I hadn't gone home to live with my parents. I only did that because I was not working.
Yeah.
So they were like, we don't need you. So I was like, oh my god, fuck. How am I going to pay my rent? And thank the heavens above, they were like, oh no, we've got a contract with you. We're gonna pay you. Yeah. They were like, this is unforeseen circumstances. We've got this money, so basically it works on the fact that they get money.
Budgeted.
They get money, they've budgeted for me, because it was only a year's contract. They were like, oh no, we're still going to pay you. And I was like, oh.
Incredible.
Oh my god. But they were like, we're sorry that we don't need you.
See,
so I was literally like, okay, right, I'll go home to live with my parents because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. And
then I had an amazing summer because, you know, still getting paid and doing
it's like the third episode you mentioned this.
No, I know, loved it. Girl!
My phone.
She just threw her phone at
my phone just flew.
We get it. I've mentioned it. It's relevant. Finance bros.
Oh God.
But then the August of the first lockdown, I started to work in a prison.
Yeah.
So I was needed. I was needed there and stuff like that. But it was such a strange time because so there was 15 members on the team, and basically they couldn't have all 15 members in at one time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, close contact, too many people, So they split the team down the middle. I would do 1 week in the prison and 1 week, quote unquote, working from home. All of my work was in the prison. All of my work was encrypted. All of my work was technically still face to face because, you know, you had to see them. So literally, when we were working from home, we were literally just on training or like making resources, whatever. But like realistically, I'd do that for about an hour in the morning and then literally do fuck all, go for a dog walk. But as well, during that week off, I would be at home with my parents.
Yeah.
So again,
you wouldn't have the same expenses.
So literally, when I was in London, the week I was in, I would buy ready meals. Yeah. Because I was like,
no point.
I don't want fresh food. So realistically, my weekly shop would be tenner, 15 quid max, 20 if I wanted to, you know, buy a bottle of Lambrini, whatever, go to M&S, buy their 3 for whatever deal. So yeah, literally max my weekly spend whilst I was in London would be travel and the weekly shop, which was like 20 quid, 40 quid, let's say a week. That was it. Yeah. And then the weeks I was off, I was at home. Yeah. So I was banking all of this money because I was getting paid a fair whack. Like, I wasn't like, you know, it was fair. Anyway. But I was talking to a girl I worked with in the prison, and we were joking, and she was like, "What did you spend your pandemic money on?" Which was the money that we saved basically because we weren't going out, we weren't going on holiday, we weren't doing this, we weren't doing whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, I bought a car," and I'm like, "The fuck?" She was like, "Yeah, I bought a car."
Oof.
And she was like, "What did you spend yours on?" And I went, "Clothes." But why would you buy that because we weren't going out? That'd be really sad.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really sad. But like, yeah, so I went clothes, and she went, oh, and I was like, literally haven't worn any of them.
No, my pandemic money was quite good because I worked through it. Because I was in Miami and we didn't have any lockdown. Like, the lockdown that my family had was self-inflicted. We made the rules. No one's leaving. Yeah. So, literally, like, everyone was living a normal life.
So you would have lived your normal life, it's just you didn't have any friends.
Fucking bitch. Anyway, I was working. I was hardworking.
So she was like, during the pandemic, I had a really difficult time and I saved up so much money. Yeah, because you didn't have any friends.
Anyway, but basically, I was working because my commute, I noticed it because I had my own car. I was driving and paying that, and I noticed the first saver. I knew the world was going to shit when I was spending $10 a week.
Literally. On
petrol. And it's not just like a 10-minute drive. It was 40 minutes there and back for 5 days. I was like, holy shit, guys. And so I think first off, I'm saving money on petrol. Like, yes.
Oh God, I was saving so much money.
And I still had to pay my car because it's a car. But I was not, and then I obviously was teaching for about 3 months, and I got a job at a Massage Envy. That was
no happy ending.
Which was 15-minute, not even 10-minute drive away from my house. So all the money that I was getting, I didn't have to pay for rent. I didn't have to pay for food. I was banking, money. And then as soon as I got a job, my summer job paid really well.
She's so Latin. She's like,
my summer job paid really well. So I had all this money from like Massage Envy for a year.
Is it really called Massage Envy?
Yes.
Disgusting.
I know.
And Are you sure there was no happy ending?
Not that I know of. I never received one. So then...
Not you.
No, I know.
It's not about you!
It's not about you! And so yeah, then I made bank and I essentially paid all my flights home to England with that money, and I sort of subsidized myself. And like, I think because I suffered so much during my during my bachelor's, my parents were like, "Oh, you're gonna be okay."
And I was like, no, I saved up.
I was like, no, I'm fine now. I'm grown, thanks. And my dad still asked me, I recently went, and he's like, how are you doing with money? You okay? I was like, I have a job and I got paid for another thing.
I wish my parents asked me that. Every time I talk to them about money, they're just like, oh, for
See, it's because I never ask. I'm too independent to ask, and my sister's like, my sister is the opposite. She has no shame in asking.
Interestingly.
And she, like, just spends it. It's not like if she, like, why is she taking Ubers everywhere? She literally got stranded in New York. My parents gave her $100 more to buy herself, like, underwear, because she literally was there for 24 hours, and she got stranded for 5 days.
Shit.
So it was like, girl, like, get yourself some, like, new clothes. Not her pants, but, like, literally washing machine happens. Why is she posting $150 handbag on her story? I was like, so that's why my parents...
Shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, that's why my parents are like, babe.
Because, like, interestingly... So my parents helping me out at uni, I didn't actually ask for it. They were just like, we are going to do this.
Yeah.
We're proud of you, going to university, we are going to do this. I was like, okay, cool, amazing, thanks. Awesome. The only time I actually did ask for money was like my first job, and I was like, look, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I literally was like, I'm so embarrassed, I failed, and they were like, literally, no, you have not. You live in one of the most expensive cities in the world, and you are getting paid pittance. They were like,
Fun fact.
You're fine.
Switzerland's not as expensive when you...
God, here we go. You've said this before.
Shut up. Anyway, there's really only a 3% difference between Switzerland and London.
Let's move.
Yeah, they pay better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, like, interestingly, I've noticed such a difference because I joke with my partner about this because I earn good money. Let's be real. I earn good money. However, in London...
It's not.
So, I actually worked this out the other day. Just under half of my, like, £100 under half of my monthly wage goes on rent and bills.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, that is bonkers.
It's ridiculous.
So, like, even though I earn good money now, it's still, like, I still stick to my rule, you know, no less than 300. If you know, if you get to that point, you probably need to just rein it in a bit. But, like... Still, that's hard.
Yeah.
Because...
For me, it's maintaining the savings. I don't have savings.
So I have 2 jobs, and basically the second job I have, which is like just freelance work.
Yeah.
The second job I have, basically I use my annual leave to do it,
Yeah.
and that is my savings.
Which is so fair.
But that is used for
Emergencies and holidays.
No, holidays and emergencies, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But that's the bonkers
It's not
thing.
savings for like a house in 3
No,
years.
no. That's the bonkers thing. I do that money. I have that money so I can go on holiday.
Yeah, like it's not.
So I can actually do what
I want.
what normal people do, which is go on holiday.
Yeah, what
right?
is his savings?
Or pay for an excursion, or
Yeah.
I need a dress for a wedding. Okay, I'll use that,
use
which
savings.
is the fucking most bonkers thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't saving for a house. Like,
No,
just
there's no way.
But I literally joke with my partner, obviously he's from Newcastle, and I'm like, look, if we lived in Newcastle, we'd be fucking millionaires. Like, fucking, like...
Living in Newcastle with a London wage,
Like, rolling in fucking
Dollar.
dollar. And that's the frustrating thing, because obviously you work hard, I work hard, and it just doesn't...
Yeah. To be
Like-
fair, the arts industry doesn't pay well anyway.
Neither does the criminal justice system.
So, like, I'm not surprised.
But that's the bonkers thing, isn't it? Like, the arts industry, it looks so glitzy, so glamorous, doesn't it?
Yeah, I never see a single dollar that
Nobody
comes into
does,
the company
though. Like,
account.
literally nobody does.
No.
But, like, that's the thing that kind of, I guess, we've carried on from uni, which is, like...
The frugality of it.
Yeah, literally, like...
But that's what honestly keeps us floating.
But we're working... I've got to stop saying working girls.
Like,
We work. We are women that work.
women in finance.
Women in...
Wait,
finance.
that's STEM.
That's STEM, women in STEM.
Lol.
So we're women in STEM, you know? Yet there is aspects of us that are still living like that poor uni student, which is, I can't do this, I'm broke. I can't do this, I'm broke. Ooh.
Because at the end of the day, we've only been adults for about, what? 2 years?
Technically.
Technically, because...
But if you...
The
The first year after uni does not count. It's bedlam.
the first year, whether it was pandemic or not,
Bedlam.
hell. It's hell. But then
That's what's gonna make or break you. First year after uni.
Yeah, but then we got the pandemic, which took us... So, in reality, we've only been adults for 2 years.
In
We're only
reality,
working...
I'm 23.
Yeah, I'm still 21.
I swear to God. Our phones are going bonkers.
No, your phones are going bonkers.
It's not mine.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's actually both of ours. It's the group chat.
Yeah, but I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Anyway. So,
Yeah.
even though we are women in STEM, what's one impulse thing? What's your guilty pleasure? Mine's clothes. Boom.
My
done.
guilty pleasure.
Boom. Done. I can't resist clothes. I'm a fiend as well, because I will buy something for a night out, something for an event, something...
I think guilty pleasure's a restaurant.
For a party, and then I will literally never ever wear it again because I've had a photo in it. And then literally my partner's like, but you spent 130 quid on that and shoes. And I'm like, yeah.
I can't say I have an impulse spend. That's where I need to loosen up. It's like, treat yourself. Maybe
Yeah,
it's like I'll treat
your-
myself to like a 3 quid pastry instead of 150.
What's your impulse that you kind of look back on and you're like, oh, for God's sake? Because I wouldn't actually say that restaurants are an impulse spend. I would say that they're the opposite, which is an investment.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers. I know you girls, gays and theys are going to literally, like,
It makes sense,
grill
though.
me for that. But they are. Like,
It's education.
it's so much better to pay for an experience that you will remember. I remember going to here with so-and-so. I remember going to here with so-and-so. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much better to pay for that than, like I just said, clothes. Yeah, I just like the colours.
I
just like the pretty colours.
I think the impulse spend... My impulse spend wasn't even that negative. It was literally buying an Interrail pass.
Okay, travelling then.
But that was like my first big purchase where I was like, experiences. I had to gaslight myself where it was like, it's experiences. It was the best impulse purchase that I've had. So, I don't...
What's something that you consistently impulse spend on? Ah, I remember, perfume.
Oh shit,
We
have this.
We have
oh
a
my
problem.
god.
Like,
That is
you've seen my house, isn't it? I have, basically,
like
I have...
30 little tubs of fucking ooze.
So you know those tubs that you can get from, like, Wilco's? Lots of influencers use them, basically, to organise their life. Basically, I have 2 of those, just for me, for perfume.
Yeah, the little... And it's not even, like, big bottles.
No,
They're,
it's... Yeah, we're
similarly to like
we're not talking about Tom Ford or like
200.
Gucci or whatever.
No,
We're talking about these
this is-
stupid little bottles of
Oil.
oud, perfume oil. They have a chokehold on me.
us.
I can't.
I got
Literally-
one. You literally gifted
Yeah,
me
no, I
one
know.
today.
So literally,
Mine's growing. I need to get a big tub now.
I found out that I could get one of my favourite perfume oils on Amazon,
Yeah.
right? Tell me why I bought 7 of them in the same fucking scent for £14. And I'll tell you for why. Because everybody, whenever I wear that perfume, somebody stops me. Somebody stops me and goes, "Who are you wearing?" No, they say, "What's that smell?" And I'm like, "Oh, you wouldn't get it, it's oud."
Legit, but that's
You don't
I
understand.
don't want to now. We have a guy.
The thing is though, don't get yourself a tub, because that's how it starts.
It's already started, girl. You've
No,
already.
but you need to stay with the tub that you've got because you can't put any more in. I'm
No.
telling you. When I bought that second tub,
It's game over.
game over.
Game over.
But I would say,
But it's such a good. I think that's an investment, Cass. How many dumb bitches spend 300, 400
Yeah.
quid
And
on
it-
like the same amount of perfume
and
that
it lasts-
one doesn't even last
last
that
for
long.
2 seconds.
And we went February, and I still have perfumes I use daily, and
This-
they're still there.
girls, gays, and nays,
Whitechapel,
This-
3 for 10.
this-
3 for 30.
3 for 30. This is not a perfume podcast. But
Might
this,
as well
but
be.
This is our nugget of knowledge
I think
for
this
this
is-
for this episode. Perfume oil.
Yep.
Okay? And I'll tell you for why. So when you spray perfume, eau de parfum, eau de toilette, it's got alcohol in it. What does alcohol do?
Evaporate.
Evaporate. So, perfume oil. Okay? A, smells way stronger to start with. B, sinks into your skin like a moisturiser.
Mm-hmm.
It moves how you move.
Yeah.
It's the molecules are dynamic.
Damn. Okay.
Women in STEM!
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM! No, but basically, perfume oil doesn't evaporate on the skin, it sinks in. Like I said, like a moisturiser.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how fucking hard it is to get olive oil off your skin, even when you fucking wash yourself?
I mean, the first one that you
Oil-
ever gave me, that Dubai Nights one,
oil...
I showered
Still
and I
said-
still smelt myself 3 days later.
Why? Because oil is hydrophobic. So it will stay on your body.
And it smells sassy.
You don't even need to... You literally don't even need to wash. Because you've just got perfume on you. It's fine. But like...
I showered
But like
4 or 5 hours ago.
I've literally got into a taxi before wearing perfume oil, and the taxi driver says, "Please don't take this the wrong way. I know you're a young woman in my taxi, but what perfume are you wearing?" And I was like, "Girl, get yourself down to the oud
I
store,
refuse. Yeah, I refuse.
Lewisham Market." No,
Whitechapel, even.
Whitechapel, Perfumes of Arabia.
But literally, like, it's. I never want to spend more than like.
chokehold.
I
I won't.
You will never see me spending more than £30 on a perfume ever again.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome.
Anyway,
yeah, so those are our impulse buys. Mine's clothes and perfume. Like, literally, like I said, my partner is like, "Please,"
do not get
he's like, "Can we just hold off, please?"
babe.
Because,
Yeah.
like, it's like taking over, like, it's not that it's taking over his life, it's taking over our
Flat.
our living space. Like, literally, he's like, so one pot is full, okay, can't put any more in there. Another pot is getting fuller, and if you keep going, we're gonna have to buy another one, and he won't let that happen. So,
Oh my god.
but also, can I just say, he's got an entire cupboard full of his reselling shit. So that's his investment. He buys things when they're going out of stock, waits till they're out of stock, and resells them at a profit. Very smart, but also
Smart king.
whole
Woman in
cupboard,
STEM.
whole cupboard for it.
Yeah.
So I'm. Do you know what I say? I say, well, I've just got a little tub. You've got a whole fucking cupboard
Yeah.
full of boxes, Alexas, Jordan Air Force Ones. That's not a shoe. Jordans and Air Force Ones.
Jordan Air Force One.
Jordan Air Force Ones. No shoes,
Yeah.
everything. Like I told you, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. The other day he comes dancing into the kitchen, and I'm like, "You have never done that before. Are you okay?" He goes, "I've just thought a pair of Crocs." I'm like, "Are you high?" He's like, "Yeah, I've just thought a pair of Crocs." I said, "How much for?"
Crocs.
Crocs. Disgusting yellow Crocs. I said, "How much for?" He goes, £90.
How much are Crocs anyway?
I don't fucking care. Disgusting. I said,
Thank you.
who the fuck is paying £90 for
£90
Crocs?
for it.
He goes, "They're sold out."
I was like, why
Dumb
are they
bitches.
like this isn't like Primark Crocs, this is like Crocs. The brand.
The Gronks.
The Gronks. And I was like, and I'm not even joking, they are sunshine yellow Crocs, and I'm like, whoever that person is needs their fucking head shaken. They need to listen to this finance podcast, because that is not an investment.
It's not an investment.
Is that like fucking Nancy Grace? Don't know.
I don't know who that is. Anyway, but I think also it's part of priorities, because the amount of times that, like, our friends, like, I went to the dentist for the first time in the UK. I've gone to the dentist before.
God, it's disgusting. It's a money laundering scheme.
Which...
The dentist, yeah, like... Huh.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Coming from America, I'll pay £35 any day. Because usually in America, I have to pay a monthly, like, insurance, and then a fucking copay. So the fact that my, like, cleaning was 80 quid, I'm like, oh my god, every day.
So I would say, like, okay, we've got over impulse spending. I know I'm going to sound like fucking Martin Lewis money-saving expert. King, by the way, gay icon. Fucking love that man. Mm-hmm. Martin Lewis, if you hear this, I can't give you my name, but just call me. Health, investment. Teeth and eyes, particularly.
Yes. And here's the thing.
Why is it not on the NHS?
First off, yeah. But even though, like, I was talking to one of our mutual friends today, or, like, last week when he was staying over, and I was like, oh, I need to go to the dentist. He's like, ooh, you spenny bitch.
Literally.
Ooh, you spenny bitch.
I need to go to the dentist. Ooh, bougie.
Ooh, bougie. Like, I'm literally just going for a check. I understand that, like, if you need to go often, it does rack up. I get that. But, like, for the one yearly check-in you need, it's £35. He's like, I don't have money for it.
No.
But how much money are you spending on vapes every week?
Girl, exactly.
That's why I don't get.
For the dentist particularly, so I think you know this. I basically, my wisdom tooth basically is disgusting. So every so often, the gum around my wisdom tooth will become loose. Incredibly painful, right? Can't chew on it. It aches. Like, this is disgusting, but food sometimes gets in it. It's like, it's painful. Yum. Anyway, like, my partner's literally like, girl, just get your wisdom teeth taken out. Like, and then that way the gum will stop. I think basically it becomes loose because the wisdom tooth is moving.
Yeah.
And so it needs to loosen up. But oh my god, it's fucking agony. Earache, everything. Mm-hmm. Happens every so often. So, you know, I'm literally like, oh fuck, it's happened again. And then I forget about it. And then I'm like, oh, it's happened again. Ow. Yeah. But literally, like, he's like, just get it. Girl.
Sorry.
I'm talking. But literally, he's like, just get it taken out. I'm like, girl, no, that is like, I do not call my partner bitch or girl. Can I just say that? I'm like,
I so would.
Girl, please.
Jelly pop.
Babe, bestie. Bestie, no.
Straight 27-year-old man.
Yeah.
Bestie.
He's 30, but I'll let him know I'll let you know you think he's 27.
Oh my god, he's true.
He's 30, yeah. But I'll just be like...
His sister's 27.
His sister's 26. Oh. She's a year older than me.
Close enough.
But, like, literally, I'm like, bestie, no. Because why? 200 quid a month. A month? Sorry. 200 quid to get that removed. At a minimum.
Yeah.
That's with
that's where it racks up.
That's with a shitty NHS dentist that just goes, tell me when it hurts. And I'm like, sorry.
See, that's when it racks up, and that I understand. But, like, the one checkup you need for the dentist, £35.
How bad is this? So, my brother, big finance bro.
Patagonia, bro.
Yeah. Half is it, bro. Half is it, bro.
Of course is it.
Gilet under the suit. Anyway.
That's the word. Gilet.
Dentist office. In his office. I shit you not. So, he literally went, like you say, he went for a checkup, okay? He just went downstairs.
Yeah, we're never going to get to
There's a Benugo in his office building. Yeah. He was literally like, yeah, I just went to the dentist on my lunch break. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? So basically, he has health insurance. They have a specific health insurance company, and it's just minus off his
like monthly.
His monthly pay.
Yeah.
But again, it's not even that much.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, they
that's
literally
what I mean.
all he does is if he wants to go downstairs.
Yeah.
Which is wild to me.
Yeah. But even that's what I mean. Like, what I think it's like, I'm going to the dentist for a yearly checkup. That's 35 quid. Don't call me a spenny bitch when you're spending 40 every like 2 weeks on vapes.
Well, I think this is the thing. Like,
it's a matter of priority.
Exactly that.
But don't call me bougie when you're not.
So when we talk about impulse versus investment, your investments are based on your priorities.
Yeah.
So my investments are holidays,
Yeah.
restaurants,
Yeah.
and
Stocks.
yeah, fucking bro.
Ugh.
No, actually, I don't think. Other than that, I don't think I have an investment.
I think investment for me is just.
I don't earn enough to invest.
I think that's where my money from the pandemic went. I dropped it on. I invested like $500, $600 in stocks.
Yeah. How crazy is this? My grandma,
US stocks.
For some reason, basically, she just gave me and my brother a sum of money.
Yum.
Like, love her. Legend. Anyway, she was like, here's a gift. Okay, thank you. We're not like, can I just say to you girls, gays and theys, I realise that my, like, life experiences are vastly different from the normal. Anyway. I'm a very lucky girl. Anyway. So she just gave us this money, okay? I said to my dad, I said, please can you keep it until I need it because I don't trust myself. He goes, that's a very smart choice. Just let me know if you need it and I will decide whether I view that as, valid enough. Yeah. So I said to him, basically, so when I moved into this place that I moved in with my partner, it was unfurnished. So I said to my dad, please can I have some of the money that grandma gave us for furniture? He goes, yeah, of course, here you go. Can I just also put this little caveat in there? You know when you send somebody money and you put a reference, the reference was absolutely brilliant.
I think you told me this.
So far, so lucky. So we were buying furniture with sofa, so lucky. Brilliant.
Oh, wow.
Love him. Anyway, my brother put all of that money in a stocks and shares ISA. Like, my brother is my accountant, can I just say?
Can your brother be my accountant, please? I don't know.
No, we've got a family only, sorry. But yes, like, he put all of that money in stocks and shares, and then he basically... No, he didn't lose it all. Him and my partner are basically they're both very savvy with money. So they, like, chat to each other about money. Dull as dishwasher, I know. Anyway, he, like, was talking to my partner about it. He was like, yeah, bro, I, like, doubled it. And my partner's like, what? And he's like, yeah, I, like, fucking doubled what she gave me. And he's like, how? And he's like, stocks and shares ISA, man. And it's like, huh? So basically, he put the entire amount into different stocks and shares.
Yeah.
ISA. And that's literally doubled it.
Yeah.
Lost a little bit.
Yeah. But
then made it back. So, like, lost. So when... I wonder how... So he put it in.
Yeah. It's just...
Slightly down.
You have to be really smart about it.
Slightly down, and then it shot back up. And then the minute it shot back up, he took it all out.
Yeah.
And was like...
Yeah.
That's gone. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
And as well, so at the moment, it's just sitting there in a savings ISA, burning interest.
Yeah. Like,
just... He's like... I'm like, do you ever touch it? He's like, nope. And it's just every month going up and up. And up and
it's...
Up. And
I'm interested to see how it works here, because that's essentially what my dad did. He literally put, I think, 50% of his 401k into stocks, and then throughout, like, 2021, when, like, we were recovering from the COVID.
Not a COVID, the COVID.
The COVID. He, like, slowly started to take it out. He started to take out about £500 a month.
That's crazy. But how do you know how to do this stuff?
Because you look at the trends and you see that, like, for example, I don't know how it looks here, how it works here, but basically in the US, it's sort of, a lot of the times it's based on political happenings. So, for example, COVID hit, everything plummeted, so everything was really cheap to, like, buy stocks, which is why I bought them. Things that usually would be, like, £200 a share were suddenly $10. So by the time it actually recovers, I'll make essentially $190 and more. But then because, you're so bored already.
No, I'm lost. I'm literally I'm that meme of that woman where all the graphs and shit are going over her face.
Let me show you my investments. They look a little rough right now because of the war in Ukraine. And like, we're getting it.
This is actually, guys, I didn't expect...
So, listen.
Oh my god. I didn't expect this to actually turn... like
a finance podcast.
I literally started off as a joke, and now this actually is turning into a finance bro.
Let's say, for example, I have...
Oh my god, all these numbers are hurting my brain.
So, space, Virgin Galactic, 5 years. You can tell what this is, 2021, and then 2022, March 2022, is when girly pop, that's stuff.
That is my stuff.
That's when the war in Ukraine started, so it's just plummeted. So at its height, when I bought it...
So wait, is that how much a share costs?
It varies, yeah. So when I bought it, it was at $10.
Okay.
And then I gained, throughout the year, in 2021, I gained 40-something pounds. And then it went back down, because whatever happened in 2021, and then it went back up to 55. And then war in Ukraine happened, so now I've lost money, essentially.
Why did you not take it out then?
Huh?
Why did you not take it out?
Because I'm not... A lot of the times, for example, you also have to be really smart about it. Virgin Galactic is more, like... You have to be really patient with it. If you need money, and you... Because mine's for, you know... I haven't invested more than 500.
This life just is not for me.
You.
This
but that's
just
the thing.
isn't.
I haven't taken out because I don't need £500.
I don't.
Yeah. And these are long-term stocks. So I'm not expecting it to like make money anytime soon.
I just understand.
But then, for example, people are investing millions.
Yeah, he put in.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
exactly.
So,
like if you're putting that much money, I'd also keep it on. Like I'd also track it. You can actually like
because you
can actually like as soon as
he said something, he was like, I saw where it was going.
Yeah.
And I ripped it out.
But you can. There's like
not even in like taking bits bits out. He was like, oh, it's here. Thank God. Get rid of it.
But
and
that's
he was
the thing.
like,
You can if for example the plummet markets, the market plummets at.
Oh my God!
If the market plummets at 3 a.m. and you're in bed, you're losing all your money. So what you can do in some like softwares
how do you never sleep?
Huh?
How do you
Some people don't. It's fucking crazy.
Like this is
but like for example, what my dad did.
This is some people's jobs. How
can I couldn't do it. But like what my dad did is as soon as it hits a low, like a certain low, like he's willing to lose, let's say, 1,000 out of the 100,000 that he's invested. I don't know if that's what he really invested, but let's say 1,000 is like his threshold. I invested 1,000. I'm willing to lose. Oh, sorry. I invested 100,000. I'm willing to lose 1,000.
Fine.
If it drops under 1,000, if it's about to drop beyond that 1,000 threshold, it automatically does it for you. You can set these records where it's like, if it plummets below 1,000, it's gonna automatically remove the stocks for you. Right. It could happen at 3 a.m. Anyway.
So, for those of you that are still here and haven't switched off, give me a tip and or trick. So, not necessarily for saving, but just money in general.
I think money in general, what helps me is sort of have a spreadsheet of like the cost that I know that's going to happen.
Okay,
so,
this tip isn't really helpful because we've just talked about the most dull topic in the world.
No, listen. So let's say TFL is like $200 a month, and it's simple. You don't have to do like any math. It's like 200 rent, and then make different pots within your bank account. So I have two bank accounts.
That's my tip. Get a Monzo account.
Does
that shit for you, like
Starling. So like literally, I have the pots. I get paid into my Starling account, and I have the pots, and when I need to pay something, I move it from Starling to NatWest. Yeah, so in reality, I have like £3 in my NatWest account, and I'll be like, I'm broke, but in reality, I have like 2,000 in my Starling account.
No, so the minute I get paid, it all gets separated. It all gets separated.
Pots.
I think as well, a tip that I have learned that is helpful. So that's one, get a Monzo account. Number
Starling
two.
Does it.
One of those, a digibank that budgets for you, that does trend reports for you, etc., etc., etc. My favourite text to receive is from Monzo that goes, "You're spending less this month." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. It's the first week of the month and I've just got paid." So, lies, but thanks for telling me.
Lies.
So my tip and trick is for those girlies that are not good with money. And the first bit is to, whenever you're about to buy something, whether it's necessary or impulse. I do this to the degree of food shopping as well, which is how bonkers. I literally go, do I need this?
Yeah.
Do I need this? No. Okay, I'll probably do that.
Yeah. Well,
I also
3 days.
do
in 1 week.
Do like a little bit of foreshadowing. Like, how long is it till I get paid? If I get paid tomorrow, okay, fuck it, just get it.
Go.
But like, if like, so I have this thing, I really, really want it. What is the effects of me buying this in a week's time, 2 weeks' time? Like,
yeah.
And then that's it. And also, as well, like, I know it's boring, and you just spoke to me about stocks, which is possibly the most dull thing I've ever heard. I've already mentioned his name, Martin Lewis, Finance King. Literally, I'm not gonna, like, listen to him. Like, he knows, and he says things in a really accessible way, and stuff like that. So, interestingly, I felt really, really bad for this woman. So, basically, she'd called in to Martin Lewis, money saving expert, and she said, oh my god, Martin Lewis, I don't know why I did this, I've done it. And he was like, okay, what have you done? So, basically, she received about £10,000 in inheritance, and she used that to pay off some of her student loan. And he literally gave it to her straight. He was like, I'm so sorry, but you've essentially flushed money down the toilet.
Yeah.
Because, okay, right, it's not, we don't have a sliding loan in this country, I don't think. But basically, okay, right, it's gone down, but there's still the interest.
Yeah.
So it won't have even made a dent.
No.
No, like, literally.
Unless you pay it full.
Unless you pay the entire, whatever it is, £50,000, £60,000, but who the fuck? So literally, he's like, okay, yes. So say for example, you have £50,000.
You paid 40. You paid.
You've knocked off 10, which makes it 40, but you've probably actually still got 10 in interest. So because you have your student loan and then you have the interest on that loan.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm really, really sorry. You've literally flushed money down the toilet.
Yeah.
Because he's literally like, unless, like you said, unless you can pay the entirety of the loan off, just let it just month to month.
Yeah.
And then it gets written off.
Yeah.
Because you're not like, and this is why I have decided to do a master's in a couple of years, is because it's just a bit of banter between me and the bank. No, the bank, Student Finance UK.
Yeah.
Like, I am never, ever, ever going to pay this off. Ever. It's going to get written off, which I'm fine with. Because realistically, the amount that's coming out of my bank now, I think is about 20 quid.
Yeah, same. Mine's about 15.
Like, it is never, ever, ever going to it's never, ever, ever going to get paid off. Okay, yes, fine. If you go for a master's, you are adding to that. Okay, cool. But it's still only gonna be max 40 quid a month.
Yeah.
And we're also talking about the people that earn about 30, 40k.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the big spenders because
big boy.
They're arseholes.
Yeah.
Love you, brother. No, it's bonkers how much comes out of his account. Anyway, but yeah, so it's like only realistically it's gonna maximum double. So like just do the masters, become more educated, because realistically the amount that it's actually going to affect your life month to month is nothing. Yeah. It's nothing. Oh yeah, the amount that comes out of my brother's account is like 200, 300 quid.
My God.
Yeah, and it's not even like literally he checked it the other day. Like not the other day. The other day could be anywhere between yesterday and
like 7 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. Literally, so he checked it the other day and not even dented it.
Fuck.
And that's like a drastic amount coming out of his account every month. And as well, you have no control over it. But you can't go, I want to pay less.
Yeah. But I think if student finance is taking 200 pounds a month, it only, like, I can't imagine what he's making.
Yeah, it's relative to how much you earn.
Yeah.
He said
it's like 6% of something.
He said it's frustrating because, like...
Yeah, it just gets ripped out of you.
He said it's frustrating because even though it's such a high amount that's coming out of his account every single month, it's not even touching the sides.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
He was like, it's not going down. He was like, realistically, I'm still probably going to be in the same position as you.
Yeah.
At 50,
at
50, when it's having to be written off because if you haven't paid it off in 30 years.
Yeah.
So he was like, just do the masters, just do what you like, because realistically, it's like whether you earn £4,000 a month, whether you earn £1,000 a month, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
But that doesn't apply to America. So
yeah,
pay your loans.
Or go to uni in UK.
Or go to uni in UK and play the system.
Another tip I think as well is, as best as you can, every month try and put money away.
Yeah. But also don't beat yourself up if you can't. Because,
Yeah.
you know, London is very expensive. And if you can't afford to do it, please do it for those who can't. But literally, like, don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Also, especially when you're 20. Like, I was literally sobbing to my mom about not having savings. She's like, bitch, you're 24.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down.
Like, as well, things are so different.
Expensive.
So if you live at home and you're full-time employed, obviously it's going to be completely different for you because you will be able to put more away a month. Say, for example, you're us, okay? You live on your own, you're in London, you know, you still want to have a life, a tenner.
A tenner a month goes a long way.
Tenner a month. Or, if you don't trust yourself,
open a new bank account.
Open a new bank account, but give it to your mum, your dad, your brother.
Or just don't download the app.
Your partner, your friend, whatever, and just pay it into that bank.
Don't download the app. Don't have your card in the wallet.
Just send it to that account, and then when you come to it in however many times, you will see that that it's blown up. Or if you're like me and you're really, really bad at saving, just get another job. And use your annual leave like a sicko.
Yeah.
Like, use your annual leave like a psychopath because you're just bad at saving.
Or there's, like, apps that help with, like, investment.
Moneybox.
Moneybox,
girls.
I guess Moneybox is the thing here.
Like, my partner is literally obsessed with it, and he's literally, like, trying so hard to get me onto it.
I mean, it does help. I'm just going to pull up to my US one. But because it's such small amounts every single time, you barely realize. And I actually looked at it. I forgot about it because it was literally like $3 a month, and now it's like, hold on, I had to stop it because I wasn't. But I have. What is it? Oh, not as much, but literally that's because I was investing. What, $20 every week? But literally, if I invest $20 every week, I'll have $223,000 by the age of 60. But if I
not that far away.
But if I do, no, I don't want to invest again. But like if I do £90 a week, $90 a week, $90 a week,
that's so much.
I'll be a millionaire at 68.
It's crazy, isn't it? But, like, interestingly, so Monzo, I know I'm literally that girl that's like, you should get a Monzo account. I'll send you my code and you can get this. But literally, like, they have this thing, which is called Roundup.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, let me actually see how much.
So, if I invest, oh my God, hypothetical investment projection. If I invest $260 weekly, which I don't have, so I'm dreaming, I could have a return investment of $2 million and 75,000. Like, wow. So, what would I do with that money at 68?
So that's the problem, isn't it? By that time,
my hips don't work anymore. I can't do shit.
Literally, by that time, you have so much money, yet not the health and fitness to do anything with it.
Now I have the time and the energy, but no money.
So Monzo has this really cool thing. So for the girlies that are normal, like me, Monzo has this really, really great thing called Roundup. So every time you spend money, basically, you're saving. Mm-hmm. So basically, I went to the co-op earlier to buy us pizzas. It was £16.80, and it rounded it up to a whole number, which is £17. And that put the 20p straight into an account that I've called savings. So interest I've earned from July to today is £1.07, which is not much, but, you know, every penny counts. And I have earned £87 just from rounding up my every payment I make. So every payment I make, it rounds it up to a whole number and just plops it into my savings account. £87 since I've started doing it. So, like, yeah. And all of my cards are SpongeBob
themed. I love it.
It's so cool, isn't it? I can't change this one, which is boring. But yeah, like, that's a smart way to save money, is like getting an account where you can do that.
Yeah,
because like
there's so much technology that's going towards your favor. It's kind of like,
because I don't even notice it.
Yeah,
I'm not going for broke. I'm not poor. I swear to fucking God, if your phone, I'm gonna fucking yeet that phone out the window. But like, anyway, as I was fucking saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. I don't even notice that it's gone because it's like 20p here, 30p here, 40p, Like, I literally don't, like, the max it will ever do is 90p if you spend like
£4.10,
Yeah.
for example. That's the max it will ever do. So I don't even notice that it's coming out of my account because I'm not going for broke. I'm not putting £100 in my savings account and then taking it back out again because I can't pay rent.
It's sort of like the gym. Consistency is key. It doesn't matter what you do.
It's literally just little pennies here and there.
Little pennies.
So, like, I know we said, like, oh, try and deposit £10 every month. But say, for example, you can't afford that, and go for the Roundup then. I think there's even actually an app called Roundup,
Probably.
which does it for you. But if you have a Monzo account, Starling account, go for a Roundup, and then it just plops little pennies into your, like, savings account every time you make a payment. And then by the end of the month, you'll have fucking loads of money. Well, maybe not loads. But
Not loads.
But
Like,
you know
you
what I mean.
spend.
And, like, interestingly, my mum said this really helped. So basically, my mum and dad are, like, really money savvy. But, like, basically, my mum was like, every financial decision you make now will affect you in the future, so make sure that they're smart. Like, make sure that these are good decisions. If ever you're unsure about, you know, a financial decision, come and talk to us, please.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever, because I'm not good with money.
Yeah.
I've never had to be good with money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Until, like, my
First job.
But again, my parents bailed me out. So,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
But don't be afraid to ask questions, because I feel like that's something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
I wish I, like, even, like, I was too stubborn to figure out.
That's it, isn't it?
I was too stubborn to, like, ask for help, and then it actually came to, like, buying flights to go home, and I was like,
I can't afford those.
why? No, because I was using a credit card.
But also,
It was like, why isn't it going through? My dad was like, have you paid for it? I was like, I have to pay for a credit card?
what?
Huh?
But like,
I thought you could, like, you obviously, I know you have to pay, it's credit, but I didn't know there were like, monthly statements and stuff.
but
you know?
like, that's as well the crazy thing. Like, when you're in maths in like fucking primary school and secondary school, nobody is gearing you up for what's called functional maths skills. Nobody's telling you how to do a tax form or a tax return. Nobody's telling you about credit cards and how, because, like, full disclosure, I don't have a credit card.
Yeah.
I don't know how they work.
Yeah.
I literally only learned how they worked until very, very recently. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's no freaking shame in that, like,
No.
whatsoever. Like, every day's a school day. But I do
Yeah.
wish that when we were at school, that they taught us much more functional math skills.
Personal finance in general.
That's
like,
it.
Why did I have to eat bread and butter for 3 weeks in order for me to finally be
Yeah.
financially literate?
But also, as well, like...
Shouldn't get
Why
to that.
Why was I finding out the circumference of a fucking triangle and I've reached the age of 25 and I had to ask my partner how a fucking credit card works?
Yeah.
That's backwards. That's fucking
Yeah.
backwards. Like, I'm not even joking. That's bonkers.
Yeah, and I know it's scary to ask questions, but literally someone like a friend. Who
If
might
you don't
think,
know,
like,
you better ask somebody.
And it's okay if you don't know.
Yeah, as well, like, don't be worried if you don't know what a credit card does at the age
Yeah.
of 30. I'd probably actually say that that's better because you won't be in any fucking debt. But,
Yeah.
like, you know, the thing is though as well, with money, with finances, with all of this stuff, nobody actually teaches you it.
No.
You have to ask.
Yeah, or you have
Like-
to take it to your own and, like, go to YouTube and ask
Exactly.
questions.
Like, I don't ever, like, interestingly, I remember my parents sitting me down and having conversations about other things.
Yeah.
Whether that was, like...
The birds and the bees and drugs from, like, strangers.
Yeah, the birds, the bees, dare to say no, friendships, conversations, you know, as you get older, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. Like, here's how to
Teach me how to do my self-assessment form, Mom.
Here's how to write a CV, here's how to be good at a job.
Yeah.
Like, but, they never sat me down and goes, okay, here's how a credit card works.
Yeah.
Or here's how rent, bills, how this works.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta, like, it's really bad, isn't it? But it's trial and error.
Yeah, I
That's
remember.
the fucking bonkers thing.
I remember when my mom said, "Oh, I have a surprise for you," and I was like, "God!" And she handed me the credit card, and I was like, "I don't know how to use this," and I was like,
What is this?
I was crying of, like, sadness, but, like, happiness. I was like, I don't know if I want to be happy that I got a credit card, but I
Scared.
also, I don't know if I should be scared because I don't know how to use it. I don't know, like, it just says my name and I'm here, like, ah.
Literally.
So.
And it's just like, yeah. I think as well, like, I know this is really, this puts a lot of pressure on parents, but unfortunately...
It lies on them.
It does lie to you. So, like, if you have kids, like, if you have kids and you don't know, do your research before they ask you.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think particularly with things like finance,
it very often, particularly in England, it very often is teetering on the edge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, say, for example, right, I didn't have much financial advice from my parents. Fat chance, both my brother and my father are accountants. Well, actually, glorified accountants.
Can someone literally be my accountant?
My dad's a CFO and my brother is the senior manager of deals at PwC. So, like, there was no chance.
Ooh.
And I'm still bad with money. I'm still asking what the fuck...
Can they be my accountant, please? I'm a lost woman.
No,
I'm an orphan.
I fucking told you. It's a family thing.
I'm an orphan.
Lies. You just want to fucking sit opposite my brother and flirt with him for the whole time.
No, I genuinely need help. That's something else. Once I finally understood the finances of the US, I moved and I had to learn how to do my taxes by myself.
She just wants
and I had to call a tax charity because my parents couldn't help me.
Citizens Advice. Hello.
Legit.
They're a fucking fantastic company. If ever you're stuck, Citizens Advice.
Yeah.
But, like, say for example, okay, there was no chance of this happening, but say for example, I didn't have I had all the financial advice in the world and I'm still bad with money. Let that be a lesson to you. But nonetheless, say for example I had none, okay? And I didn't really understand how finances work, and I said yes to a flat with my partner that I had no way of affording. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. It's one paycheck or one wrong move and you are in debt. You are struggling, you are not living life as it should be lived. Mm-hmm. Like, like you said, if ever you are worried, ask somebody you trust, ask somebody who you think is good with money. They probably aren't, but just ask them anyway. Or like I just said.
Or learn together.
Exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, watch a YouTube video together. Or do you know what? Like I just said, citizen advice are the backbone of this fucking society.
Correct.
Housing worries, benefits worries, fucking... council worries, money worries, Citizen Advice Bureau. Fucking legends. So they are. Absolutely fucking legends. And you just want my brother or my dad to be an accountant for you, so like I said, you can
I don't.
You can just listen to my dad going, oh, so here's how you do a tax return. Alright.
I genuinely do need help.
You do this, you get your tax return, and if you don't get it off, give HMRC a ring. Actually, do not give HMRC a ring.
I had to call them today. It was a nightmare.
Oh my god, honestly, it's like rage-inducing.
Literally.
They got my fucking tax code wrong, and I sat on the phone to them, and I literally sat on the phone for like 45 minutes, and then literally the minute I heard a voice talking, it was an automated voice saying, we're not dealing with your query today. Hung up.
Oh my god, last year when I literally sat here, took a day off of my dissertation. I just sat here from like 11 until like 6 p.m. Yeah. Learning how to do my UK taxes by myself.
It's a minefield.
And I literally called HMRC, and at this point, like, no one was answering my question. I had called 3 times or more, or it had gone disconnected. And this woman, it's like,
but that's
I've been waiting for 40 minutes.
Oh yeah,
it's almost 6 p.m.
I just get on with my day. I just leave it in the background. I call at 8 a.m. and just leave it on charge in the background and get on with my tasks.
See, but that's the thing. I was like, I actually need to pay attention and learn how to do this myself. Because I can't call my mom and dad.
Do you know what makes me laugh as well? Is like HMRC are supposed to be helpful. They are supposed to know what they're doing. When in reality, none of them fucking do. It's run by 12-year-olds, and literally HMRC are the wild west because it's fucking hilarious. Because they're literally like, we're not dealing with your problem today. Hung up.
Listen, but that's what happened. I was like,
that's what happened to me.
I've been waiting for 40 minutes.
I'm
learning how to do my taxes. And like, at this point I was like, hi, I just have a question. And like, if I get, like, I'm sorry, I've just been a really long day calling HMRC and like, the phones get disconnected and like, I'm just really anxious. So I just, like, I literally just want to like, I need to answer one question. She's like, okay, babe, 1 sec.
But even when you get
and then
hung up,
she put me on hold for about 5 minutes and said, the offices are now closed. I was like, I'm going to kill myself.
But also as well, literally as well, the funniest thing is, when you actually get through to a person...
They're useless.
They're useless, but also, they make you feel like your call is the biggest inconvenience
ever.
And I'm like, it's your fucking job.
At least fucking pretend.
Like,
which, oh my god, I have an anecdote.
Sandra, if you hate your job, I'm sorry, that's not my problem.
Quit.
I'm just asking for advice.
Your lack of like competence could land me in jail.
Literally.
Stop
it's real.
fucking about.
Also,
Please.
like, do you know the funniest thing as well is like, literally, whenever I see that I have to call HMRC, I'm just like, oh my, day ruined.
That's it.
Day ruined.
That's
but also,
it.
so to end this podcast because it's an hour and a half. Pay your fucking council tax bill because that bill will get you in jail if you do not pay.
Ooh.
Ignore the TV license people; they're fucking scammers.
I have a TV license.
I do too. No. I joke about the TV license. Pay it at your own risk. If you don't pay it, just delete iPlayer. I did it for fucking years. They never bothered me.
Yeah, legit. All through uni, I watched RuPaul's Drag Race for free.
Just literally, just delete iPlayer or watch it at somebody else's house. They can't get you. Pay a council tax bill though, because that shit fucking can land you in jail. Citizens Advice Bureau, I love you. Can somebody come on as a guest to this podcast?
Please and thank you.
Martin Lewis, marry me.
Illy.
Marry me. And have a sibling that's an accountant. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. And get Monzo. Not sponsored. Bye!
Bye!